Oh, Dr. Tania Israel,
Hi.
thank you so much for coming back. We are so excited that you're here.
Ah,
Oh my gosh, I could not be happier to be here and Happy New Year.
my gosh, Happy New Year. And as I will repeat what I said before we hit record, which is, how dare you look this gorgeous so early in the morning?
I mean,
I
yes,
mean,
you truly
Well,
look
there's
like
a,
you're on your way to a gala. Yes.
oh,
yes, I have worn this dress to a gala. So I thought for Chinese New Year I would dress up in I've got one of these Asian dresses with like the slit up the side. I had it made in Vietnam. It's been to a gala. I will send a picture of me at the gala where I'm not wearing like slippers with it as I am today.
Amazing. Well, Tanya, I mean, this is so exciting because I will say that I don't think I've ever had a year in which the Lunar New Year, the Chinese New Year, has been this prominent
mm,
in like the zeitgeist. Like, I don't think that I have
right.
heard or seen or talked about like the change of like the time of this year like, or the time of year as much as I have this year. So for
Wow.
people who haven't been
Yeah.
listening, we're talking about the year of the fire horse, which kicked off on February 17th, which was just last week. But I love that you reached out to us, Tanya, because it sounds like there's something very important in terms of it's not just the year of the fire horse. This is a 60-year cycle, and it also happens to be the year that you turn 60. So can you kind of like
Oh my gosh.
take it, like break it down? Because I don't think all of us know. We know that we are past the year of the snake and we've shed
Snake.
all of our shit. And now the year of the fire horse is coming in hot. But if you could, please, we're very interested.
Absolutely. Yes. When you all, after the calendar New Year, were like, Happy New Year, it's the year of the fire horse, I was like, oh, that's not till Chinese New Year. Like, and I'm a fire horse. And can I come on your show and talk about that? So thank you for letting me invite myself back yet again. And I'm so happy to talk about the fire horse. Okay. I am not an expert in these things, but I'm going to tell you things that I know. So, in Chinese astrology, there are 12 animals and they rotate by each year. And many people have an awareness of what their Chinese animal is. And if you don't know, it's not just Chinese astrology. It's like Asian astrology, we'll say. You can look it up online. You can be like, what's my, Asian astrological sign if I was born on this date? And the date makes a difference because it's not like the calendar year. It goes by the Lunar New Year. So it starts in February sometime usually and runs until about February of the next year. Okay, so there's 12 animals. What many people don't know is there are also five elements. And so the five elements rotate also by year. So your animal and your element match up only every 60 years. So that's why the 60-year thing is really important. And when you have lived through all of those other cycles. And so when it's your 60th year, you have lived through every matching of every animal and element that there is. So it's like a cosmic reset. It's like you've lived a whole astrological lifetime and you're kind of starting over. So my mom would say, yeah, you're like starting your life over. You're like starting the count again when you turn 60. So this is all very cool. And I am turning 60 this year because
Ah,
I am a fire horse.
yay.
So, yay. So, I don't know much about any of the other signs, but boy, can I tell you about the fire horse, which is, I think, kind of fire horse of me, actually.
Hmm.
Yeah. Um, okay, I'll pause there before we get into my fire horseness, just to see if you all have anything to add or ask about Chinese astrology that I may or may not know the answer to. But I have books. Here's a book
Ooh,
about Chinese horoscopes. I will be reading from this book also. So,
perfect. I don't have any questions. I am so excited to hear more about this.
Me too. I mean, I guess I just don't know what the year of the fire horse means. Like,
mhm.
what does it mean? Because it seems like it's so deeply symbolic and important. But like, yeah, whatever you have to read or share,
Mhm.
Tanya, would be wonderful. Because like, I don't even know what to ask because
Yeah.
I don't know enough to ask a question
Great.
more than what
Great.
does it mean?
We'll dive in. So, like I said, I don't
Great.
know what the fire horse year means to anyone else. I only
Okay.
know what it means to be a fire horse.
Perfect.
And so let me tell you a little bit about what it means to be a fire horse. I'll start out by saying, in like traditional Chinese culture, it is not great to have a daughter who's born in the year of the fire horse because she might be kind of assertive and a little hard to marry off, which sort of checks out. So that is, yeah. So the fire horse, and so by the way, it's 1966 was the last time we had the year of the fire horse. And so I was born in 1966. Most of the people in my high school class were also born in the year of the fire horse as well, because we're all the same age. And although there's some snakes in there too. But when every senior class officer in my high school class was a woman, my mom was like, yeah, fire horse.
Really,
So
seriously.
I know
Your mom was saying that.
my mom is Chinese American, but she like grew up in Western Pennsylvania. She's not, ancient Chinese secret kind of mom, but she did know a few things, and so that was one of the things she would point out was that fire horses are known for being energetic, being leaders, having some personal magnetism, but also maybe being a little too direct, maybe, just a little bit forceful in how we do things. So that is kind of the vibe of the fire horse. And yeah, and so I don't know. You can look around and see that may be the case. If you want. Okay, so this is if you're not looking at this on YouTube, quick, get onto YouTube
Get
because
on YouTube.
don't you want to see my outfit and also see lovely, lovely Karen and Katie, who are always like the biggest smiles and so delightful to get to invite onto your screen. So this is the Handbook of Chinese Horoscopes by Theodora Lau. This is the book that I mean, I don't know when this was published, and the writing's probably too small because have I mentioned that I'm about to turn 60? I don't know that I can read the copyright of this, but this okay, 1981
Oh.
was the first edition. As far as 1979 was the first copyright. So I remember my mom just always having this book. So
Oh,
so
wow.
I so yeah. So this is mostly how I know anything about the fire horse. So it goes through here each of the animals and also like what it means when they're connected with each of the elements. And so I'm going to share with you some of what it says about the fire horse. A flamboyant and itinerant horse with a superb intellect and great personal magnetism. She tries to bring about the changes she desires through force and sheer willpower. This is a double fire sign, fire being the horse's fixed element. So apparently, like, horse
Oh.
is always kind of fire, and the fire horse just so fire. And it will produce a native who is highly excitable and hot-blooded. Whew. The fire horse is easily distracted and is too inconsistent to stick to repetitive tasks. She has flair, wit, and charm, but her continuous stream of bright ideas makes her extremely volatile. Her personality is many faceted and she requires a great deal of spice and variety in her life. She is happiest leading a double or triple life or having several professions to her credit. She will love to travel, anticipates action and change, and works most efficiently when put in charge. She rarely accepts supervision from others, even her supervisors. Ask anyone who has been my supervisor, they will be like, that's so Tanya. The fire horse is a thrill seeker. She can sort out and deal with all kinds of people and situations within a minute's notice. She is skilled at resolving sticky affairs, but is not above being argumentative. This type of horse will have the gifts of ingenuity and resourcefulness, but not perseverance. Uh-oh. Well, I don't know. That last thing, I don't think so. I do think I
Right?
persevere. Just yesterday, I got to Queen Bee on the New York Times spelling bee. That takes a great deal of perseverance. My first
It
time. I was
really
like, this is a
does.
good year. Yeah. Anyway, so that's what I can tell you about the fire horse.
Ah. Okay, so how have you always known, because your mom had this book, have you always known that you were a fire horse?
Yes, I've always known that I was a fire horse. So yeah, again, like there was some Chinese culture. Like my mom was raised by, people who were raised in China. And
Mm.
so that there is some Chinese culture and knowledge infused. Oh, also my parents were both Asian studies experts, Chinese studies experts in particular. So yeah, so that there was some like we all knew what our animal and element were. And my parents would have a Chinese New Year's party every year in Charlottesville,
Oh,
Virginia. Like not many people were throwing Chinese New Year's parties there. So that there was definitely some infusion of that culture. My mom would make like water chestnuts wrapped in bacon, which was like very, 60s rumaki, but also sort of Asianish. Anyway, so there was some Asian culture in my Chinese Jewish Central Virginia household upbringing. And yes, so I always knew I was a fire horse.
Mm.
wow. Tanya, I wonder, okay, so as you were kind of leading into this year, so the past couple of years maybe, or maybe even last year, how did it feel for you to be
Mm.
like someone as a fire horse? Did you feel especially like you were shedding during the year of the snake? And then do you feel different as of February 17th? Like, I wonder how it is to actually be a fire horse. Like, what does that feel like this year?
Oh my gosh. Well, I've been really excited about it because my 60th birthday is coming up this year in August. Yay!
Yay!
And I have been, well, first of all, the shedding thing. Oh my gosh, I hadn't even thought about that shedding during the year of the snake because I retired from academia
Okay.
last year, like in the year of the snake. So that was a huge shedding for me. And I really, I mean, I came and I told you all about, everything that I did at my retirement celebration to
Amazing.
honor that. So you know that I like celebrating big milestones. And so I've been looking forward to planning my 60th birthday because I'm like, it's a big year for me. Unless I live to be 120, it's the only time since I was zero that I'm going to have like a birthday in my year and that I'm going to have that beginning and ending of that astrological cycle. So I would say, and when I tell people about 60, because when people turn 60, I always tell them this. I'm always like, do you
Yeah.
know that 60 is a big deal in Chinese astrology? Because I want everyone to sort of get that and be able to embrace that and know it's like, this is your year. This is an important, big year for you, and to just celebrate who you are. Um, yeah.
Totally.
So yes, so I think that being a fire horse and then realizing like when it was Chinese New Year's, I was like, oh, this is like I want to really mark this Chinese New Year's. I do not have a Chinese New Year's party every year, although I think it would be super fun to do that. Maybe I'll start. Um, but I did so so I learned just this year, this is something maybe I should have known, that you actually celebrate Chinese New Year's the night before. That's when you have the big feast.
Oh,
And so yeah, so I was actually going to a friend's birthday party and it was a potluck on Monday night. So I was like, I'm gonna bring something Chinese. And so my mom would make these noodles with a meat sauce. I used like fake meat, and then they're really like savory and a little bit spicy, and then you put like chopped cucumbers and bell peppers on them to like bring some lightness. And so I brought that to the party, and everybody loved it, and I was like, this is great because I love just being able to share just share something of a tradition. I love it when other people share
yeah.
their traditions too. So I did that Monday night, and then on Tuesday um I watched this film called
Oh,
Eve and the Fire Horse.
Oh. Oh.
I know. And if you're watching this on YouTube, you'll see that I'm holding up a DVD case.
Wait, do you have a DVD player, Tanya? Like you,
Oh my gosh, yes. I in fact just got, oh, the other thing I shedded during the snake year was my VCR.
that's amazing.
So I know I had like six remaining VHS tapes. I got them digitized, and then I got rid of my VCR. Anyway, so yes, so I don't think this is streaming anywhere. Eve and the Fire Horse. I
Oh,
think it's from like 2005, 2006. It was like a Sundance favorite, and
Wow.
so I don't know when it came onto my radar. There's a chance that I saw it 20 years ago, but I'm not really sure. But anyway, I was like, I must have that film. So I ordered the DVD quite some time ago, but I hadn't watched it. And
oh,
Matt, my boyfriend's with me in Santa Barbara, and he's like, "What do you want to do for Chinese New Year's?" I was like, "I want to watch Eve and the Fire Horse." And so we had some noodles. I made some broccoli with mushrooms and oyster sauce, and these are from. Oh my gosh, the other prop I should have brought into this room is my mom's cookbook. Um,
mm.
I'll send you a picture of it. My mom wrote a cookbook called Chinese Immigrant Cooking that
Oh,
has
wow.
not only all of her recipes, but also like family pictures and stories. And she was trying to like recreate her mother's recipes and, just kind of as a tribute to her. So,
That's incredible.
yeah.
Man.
Yeah, it's out
Wow.
of print. I have some copies, but if anyone wants a copy, let me know. We'll figure out something to do. So anyway, yes, all of those things. That's what I did to celebrate the new year.
Oh, Happy New
Wow.
Year. Oh my gosh. So, like, one of the reasons I asked about whether or not you knew is that you were a girl growing up at this very pivotal time, right, in terms of gender and gender roles and women's liberation and all of these things. Like, how do you feel like that manifested? I mean, we know how it manifests with you now. We know you now. So I can only imagine. And you talked about high school. Like, how do you feel like that?
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, I grew up in the 70s, which was, it was free to be you and me. Do you all know free to be you and me?
Oh,
Hmm.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay. Because I know you're a little younger. I was like, I don't know if that, translated over. So, yeah, it was second wave feminism. It was Marlo Thomas, singing about, women's freedom. And Atalanta, do you remember in Free to Be You and Me, there's this, so Marlo Thomas and Alan Alda tell the story of Atalanta, who was like a princess and her dad was going to marry her off. And she's like, I want to run in this race. And then whoever wins the race, can marry me. But she's like, no, I want to run too. And if I win, I don't have to get married. And so then like young John, who had been admiring her, like also ran in the race. And okay, spoiler alert for Atalanta from the, Free to Be You and Me album, but they actually tie. And
Oh,
so she's like, oh, I didn't win. I guess I have to get married. And John's like, no, I don't want to marry you if you don't want to get married. I just want to spend an afternoon talking with you about your ideas and stuff. And I was like, right on, young John. And so so we hard to marry off fire horses, like got our story on Free to Be You and Me. And yeah, so I would say the 70s was such a good time for a fire horse to come of age. Because I felt like there were a lot of cultural models and messages that were telling me, like, you can do anything and you can be anything and, live your best life. And I think I kind of embraced that.
Yeah, like that's amazing,
oh,
Tanya.
I love
Also,
it.
free to be you and me. That is a deep cut. I am definitely linking that in the show notes. I mean, oh
Yeah.
my, and Marlo Thomas. Oh gosh, that's so cool. Also, that the fire horse was given a nod during that whole like phenomenon in culture. That's amazing. I mean, I also wonder, I know we can't stare into a crystal ball, Tanya, but I feel like so much happened after 1966 or in 1966 and then, obviously
Mm,
since then, but like it seems like it was such an inflection point. That's something that like so many people are talking about how like this is an inflection point and that it's going to be like a before and after moment. Do you feel that at all as a fire horse? I mean, I think I'm
mm.
asking you to be like an oracle to look into the future, but I would love
Oh
to
my
know
gosh.
your thoughts.
Wow. We are in a moment. Like, let's hope it's just a moment.
Yes.
But yeah, it's a big time, and people are having like, so many experiences that are like life-changing experiences in a lot of not very positive ways right now. Um, you know, Later on today, I'm like recording a news spot about someone wants to talk to me about election anxiety, and I'm like, oh my
Oh,
gosh, it's February.
February.
And so I think that we are all trying to look into our crystal balls and like, what happens? Is this a moment that, is that we're then going to be able to shift things in a positive way? Will this energize us to lean in to make the world what we want it to be? Or is this a wave that's overwhelming us and is going to, bring down our democracy and blah blah blah. It's like it's consequential right now. And certainly in the late 60s, I mean 66 not as much as 68 was a huge inflection point in so many ways. And I don't make predictions. My thing during elections is people are always asking me like, who do you think's going to win? And my line is, I don't make predictions, I make phone calls. So I'm
Mm,
like, I'm not going to try to predict the future. I'm going to do what I can to make the future what I want it to be.
beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ooh, on that, oh, go ahead.
No, that's
I
it.
didn't want to jump in too soon. So on that line, along that line, what else do you have planned this year? Because when we were talking
Mm.
beforehand of all of the things we could talk about, there were a million because you have big plans as always. So talk to us about some of the things you have cooking this year.
I have a bunch of things coming up. Oh, I remembered. I went before we turned on record. I was like, wait, there's one more that I can't remember. Oh, I'm going to tell you about that. I'm going to Nepal next month. Um,
Oh,
yeah,
what?
for a meditation teaching at a monastery.
Oh,
Um,
yeah.
oh, Yeshe, who was on with me,
Oh,
years ago, and we had the Prajna Sparks podcast. She's going to be translating these teachings, and I went to the first. There's a 5 year teaching cycle they do. I went to the first 4 years like 20 years ago, and they're
wow.
doing year five, and I'm like, I'm going to go complete this cycle. And so it's sort of a non-consecutive completion theme this year. So I'm going to do that in March. Um, Also in March, the week before I go do that, I'm going to go to Philadelphia with Matt because we need to celebrate the 40-year anniversary of our first kiss, which is on the first day of spring.
Oh,
Oh my gosh,
I
Tanya, this
know.
is so beautiful.
I
this
know. We just
story.
have to celebrate. And it's also a non consecutive anniversary because I can't remember if I've told the whole story on this podcast. But Matt and I were like each other's first loves in college. And then I was a horrible person and broke up with him on Valentine's Day. And then we took a 35-year break. And then we got back together in the middle of the pandemic across 3,000 miles. And anyway, so we have not celebrated all of the kissiversaries in between, but we definitely want to celebrate the 40th. We did get to celebrate the 35th, but not in Philadelphia because it was COVID and stuff. And so this is like a very special thing. And whoever is in charge of security at Stouffer College House, just so you know, I'm going to be trying to get into my dorm room that day.
Oh my God. Buckle up, everybody.
Buckle up.
Oh my gosh, you're literally going to go to your dorm. This is
I
amazing.
well, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if you're going to do it, do it.
I know. I don't know who's living in my old room from 40 years ago, but I think I have to find out and,
Yes,
bribe
you
them
have
to,
to
you
try.
know.
Yes, precisely. Oh
Oh
my
my
gosh, that's the
gosh,
best part of the
Tanya.
story. Okay,
Okay,
I'm
so
glad.
that's coming up. And then, oh, also in March, oh my gosh, March is like a huge time. At the beginning of March, I am going to Alabama,
Yes.
which is the 50th state for me to go to. So also, sort of non-consecutive. I haven't going to one a year or anything, but I've been to 49
Yeah.
and I'm going to Alabama, and I was like, oh, when am I going to go to Alabama this year? I've got to, get to it for the 50th state during the semi-quincentennial of our country, which is also a big anniversary coming up. And then I get this email from the League of Women Voters like, come with us to Selma to walk over the Edmund Pettus Bridge to commemorate Bloody Sunday, which
Wow.
during the civil rights movement, civil rights activists marched across the Edmund Pettus Bridge and got beaten, and it was horrible. And every year, the first weekend in March, people walk across the Edmund Pettus Bridge in commemoration of that. And I was like, oh, that's when I need to go to Alabama. I need to go and commemorate that. And so yes, so I'm going to complete my 50 states. Got my 40th kissiversary, completing the 5 years of these Buddhist teachings, and I'm going to celebrate my 60th birthday. So I'm like, whew, what a year! And we're only like most of it's in March.
Here. Well, and I feel like there's also a beautiful symmetry of, that Bloody Sunday also has a direct line to the passage of the Voting Rights Act. Like a lot of people attribute like the momentum of that to how we solidified in federal law this radical notion that everyone who's eligible to vote in America should be able to vote in America. And now we're
What?
slowly I know it's wild. Democracy, what
Wild.
a night.
We better
So
take that down.
I know. Oh, I mean, that's just crazy. All you mofos don't know you'd be voting. So I just love that in this midterm year and this time when we're all looking to you to tell us what to do, that yes, that you're going to be in Alabama.
Yeah, yeah. So this is like completion of a lot of things for me, I feel like, this like astrological life cycle gonna bring some things to closure. Yeah.
Wow, Tanya, this is amazing. I also love that everything's happening in March. Like it's kind of like I mean, also Nepal. Wow. I mean, that's so exciting and that's just it holds a special place in my heart. I was there a long time ago, but it's gonna be oh my gosh. I love that like I also just I think that like your dedication to celebration is so incredibly inspiring. I have to, I mean, it's really something that I just love about you, one of the many, many, many things. And the fact that like I think that some people who are listening or some people out there like they think okay well I tried something a long time ago I didn't finish and that's okay and it was like life events or whatever was happening in my life and you are like no 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 it doesn't have to be consecutive like what you just said about Matt about the the fifth meditation it's just it's so great you can go back to that everyone can go back if they want to complete something like yeah, that's just beautiful.
I'm a completist. I like to finish the things. So, I have to say, celebration. I want to go back to if anyone didn't listen to last week's podcast and get to hear about Katie's upcoming birthday, it's mind blowing. I was like screaming as I was listening to this. Katie, do a little synopsis of what you're doing for your birthday
Sure.
this year?
Absolutely. Thank you for mentioning it. So I turned 45 in June and I am so excited about it that I have decided to check off a massive life bucket list item for myself and to recreate the music video from We Are the World. So, so if you haven't listened to the last pod, friends, I told this to you, Karen, live. This was there was no rehearsal at all. I talked to my mom about this yesterday, and she's like, Karen really didn't know. And I was like, no, 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 no. That was you heard the reaction right then. And basically what I'm doing is I'm actually signing the contract today. I'm renting a church and I'm renting it for the entire day of June 20th. And the idea is that the beginning 3-ish hours are going to be invite only for about 50 people. And it's going to be truly a recreation of the We Are the World experience where most of those people are going to be in the, maybe not most, a little more than half will be in the choir. And then 21 of them are going to be soloists. And there are many solos available, friends. So hit me up, including for the two of you if you're interested, and for Matt and anyone who's interested. And so basically, I'm going to have like a coffee sponsor come in and we'll have some coffee and pastries and stuff like that.
Wow.
And then it will be a closed set and there will be professional filmmakers and a conductor and an arranger and the whole thing And then at night we'll have a break, and then at night there will be a ticketed event for the public to come and have an 80s sing along and a party that will all benefit about three or four Bend charities that I'm going to be talking to this week to hopefully get everybody nailed down. And there will be a taco truck and all of that. But the thing that I'm really excited about is I am inviting Lionel Richie officially. And so Lionel, if you're listening, I mean, please just consider. I know that your sing along tour, by the way, he has a sing along tour starting 2 weeks after my birthday celebration. So, I mean, if you're tech avail, just like hit me up, like that would be great. Just, I mean, what's the big deal? You could just fly in on his private jet for just a day.
Okay, like all of the listeners here, like get on social media and DM Lionel Richie or whatever we do on social media to reach out to famous
Yes.
people. Like do something to tell Lionel Richie, what should it be like? Come to Katie's birthday.
Yes,
Is that the
come to my
message?
birthday. Yes, and also like he'll be able to raise so much money for Ben charities. That's the whole point. Like that's the whole thing. And so basically what it is, so I've gotten a little bit more detail since I've talked to you, Karen, about this last week, where this church holds a total of 700 people.
Oh,
And so I'm hoping that it would hold, like I'm hoping for like 300 for the sing along. That's my hope. I'm hoping to get on the news. I'm hoping to get in the paper, like take some radio spots, stuff like that. Like I
oh
wanted to
no.
just, blow this out. But if Lionel Richie was a yes,
Come
and
on.
we could fill 700 for sure, but even imagine being in like a private audience with Lionel Richie with 700 other people. What? Like that's so small for Lionel Richie. And so, that would be very exciting. So we'll see.
Oh,
We'll see. If people
oh.
have connections, please let me know.
Use them. Use those connections, people. Like,
Yes,
how many
yes,
degrees of separation are you from Lionel Richie? Figure it out. Work that.
yes. Work it. I mean, also my dad, he was like, well, maybe someone else who was in the recording of We Are the World. And yeah, totally. Like there are several people that are still around that were in that recording. And I mean, honestly, anyone, but I will say I have a very special place in my heart for Lionel Richie. And so like it would be very exciting if he was the one. So anyway, that's my hope, putting it out into the universe.
It's amazing. It's amazing. Yeah, and if anyone didn't see that documentary yet about the making of We Are the World, it's
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 wild.
it's so good.
It's
It's
so
just
good.
so good. Yeah, so watch that in preparation for Katie's birthday. Come to Bend, Oregon, like for June 20th. You don't want me singing, but I have offered up Matt to do Bruce Springsteen's
That
role.
would be wonderful. Wonderful, Tanya.
Love that.
Everyone is welcome. It's not at all going to be, I mean, yes, it's going to be professionally recorded, but like in no way is it like, oh, you have to be, an amazing singer. It's just community, like just like let's just do it together.
No,
Like let's
I'll
just
go
have
and I'll
fun.
help in whatever way that I can.
I agree.
Yeah.
I
Okay,
agree.
amazing.
Oh my
I've
gosh.
decided I'm going to stop saying that I don't sing on key, and I'm going to say I sing unexpected notes.
Great. I love that
Yes.
reframe.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. You cannot be bridled. Your singing voice is the singing voice of a fire horse. You cannot be tamed by
Yes.
note. Okay, Katie, as we approach this, please do let all of us know how to hype this up. Like, I'm picturing graphics on social media we can be sharing. Like, yeah, we got to get this to go viral before it happens, before it happens.
Yes. Thank you for asking, Karen. I actually have a friend who is a filmmaker. I think she's going to be helping, and she has offered to make a professional reel of me talking about this. So
Yes, yes,
when
yes.
that happens, I need to sign up the nonprofits. I need that to kind of be in the bag.
Yeah.
And so once that happens, I'm going to then have, like chat with her, and then that will be like a big blowout. Oh my gosh, there will be so many graphics. There will be so many graphics and so many invitations. I'm like, well, should I use Eventbrite? I don't know. Maybe I should use Luma. Maybe I should. Anyway, I'm getting really in the weeds in the project management, which is not exciting for a podcast, but I am just like what I'm thinking about right now. So,
I
so yeah,
love that.
it's exciting. I talked to my dad, and he was like, wow, that's really ambitious. I was like, yes. Like it's my fire horse energy year. So,
Yay! Okay,
hmm
that's awesome. Just like go with that. I mean, I feel like you are not only doing an amazing thing for the Bend community and, for the people who know you, but also you are giving everyone permission to celebrate the heck out of themselves and use their birthday. I always think about my birthday as a time to invite people to play like Tanya likes to play. And that's what you're
Yes.
doing. You're inviting people to play like Katie likes to play.
Yes. Oh my gosh, I love that. I might make that a shirt with that on it for the people who are in the choir, Tanya. Hopefully
Hmm.
including you. We'll see. I love that. But no, I have to tell you, Tanya, I actually had multiple people who listened to the pod reach out to me after you were here a few times ago talking about your birthday last, or not your birthday, but
Your
your
retirement.
retirement party,
Hmm.
and saying wow, like that is so incredible that Tanya was so intentional and spent, like it just the fact that you were willing to go to those lengths to celebrate yourself, like there you give me permission. I honestly don't know if We Are the World would be happening if it weren't for Tanya Israel. So I'm just saying, honestly, like
Oh.
it's like I think it's just really nice to like have people in your life, or like models that like do things that are, celebratory in that way.
Oh, yay. Well, we can just, use each other's energy to, vibe on that. So I think that's great. Yeah, because I haven't decided what I'm doing for my 60th birthday yet. My actual birthday is on a Tuesday this year, which is not a great day to sort of have a big thing. But of course, every Tuesday is Taco Tuesday. So I was like, maybe on my
Yes.
actual birthday, invite, anybody who wants to come to, there's this great place in Santa Barbara, El Paseo, where they
Ooh.
have this Taco Tuesday buffet. It's like all you can eat
Oh.
buffet for like $15 or something. And if you get there before 6, it's also happy hour and you get half price margaritas. It's such a good deal and so much fun and so delicious. So they make their own tortillas. Anyway,
Ooh.
I hope you all will set that date in your calendar. Like everyone
Yes.
who's listening, come for Taco Tuesday on August 11th. And
Yes.
then I don't know what else I'm going to do. I was like, okay, I'm a fire horse. If I were a fire pig, I would obviously be having a barbecue. But I am not going to do
Naturally.
that with horses, like wrong.
Oh,
So,
oh.
so I'm like, what am I going to do? But I thought maybe I'll do sort of a fire ritual, maybe with like horse shaped cards or something where people like write down something they're trying to release or something they're trying to draw in. Like that might be a cool thing. And then maybe I'm going to do like a dress up cocktail party because I was thinking, oh, I've been playing this game of how are my 50s going to be like the 1950s. And so, yeah, for the last, 9.5 years, I've been playing this game. So I bought a Thunderbird. I've been wearing saturated lipstick. I'm like, okay, this is
Good.
all very 1950s. I like not smoking, not racial segregation. I can be choosy.
Yeah.
But then I was like, wow, how are my 60s going to be like the 1960s? And I was like, well, what are the 60s about? And then I was thinking about Mad Men. And I was like, well, basically the 60s are like you start with martinis and you end with marijuana. And I was
And
like,
mushrooms.
oh, right. I was like, well, that could be a fun party. So anyway, still thinking about it, still working on it, but I'll let you know.
I mean, I will just say this. So for my 40th, I did a week of events.
Ooh.
We did a fireworks cruise. We did a big dinner. We went to the zoo like every day for like 5 or 6 days, maybe even 7. I know. I did different things. So I just offer that. Like, why pick just one or
Yeah.
two, the Taco Tuesday and the whatever over the
Hmm.
weekend. So
Okay. It's good. It's good. So many good options there. Yeah. Once just for a random birthday, I like rented the Land Shark, which is,
oh,
this it's in Santa Barbara, like you get on this bus tour and it drives around and you get to hear about Santa Barbara. And then it goes to the harbor and the bus drives into the Pacific Ocean and becomes a boat. And then you go and you see the sea lions and dolphins come and play along the side. My favorite tour of Santa Barbara. So I just did that for my birthday one year because I was like, this will be great. So yeah, this is a good idea. Come play like Tanya likes to play.
I love that. Also, Karen, a
Mm,
week of events with a
so good.
fireworks cruise? What? Like, that's
It's amazing.
amazing.
Oh my
very
gosh.
extra. I get very extra about my birthdays. So,
I
Oh, I
love
love
that. I think
this.
everyone should get extra about their birthdays. I also want to know, would you all like me to read you
oh,
your signs in here? Do you know what your
ooh.
what your well, I does it have a chart? Oh my gosh, I really should have had reading glasses handy for this.
I'm a rab. Hold on a second. as we
I
look
don't
at.
even know what I am. Friends, hold please.
I know exactly. Talk amongst
I'm sure there's a chart.
yourselves.
Yeah, look it up.
Yes.
Look it up. If you want to know what you are, then
Ooh,
okay. Oh,
okay, okay,
here now
okay.
I've got reading glasses.
I love this so much. For all the people who ask again, do you guys rehearse these clearly?
So we're looking up the year? Is that
Oh
what it
wait,
is, Tanya?
tell me what year, Karen? What year were you born?
1975. I'm a rabbit.
Oh, you're a rabbit, so I will look in the rabbits. Nikita. Hmm.
Mm.
Oh, rabbit. Okay, so rabbits. Let me find which rabbit you are.
Oh, yes. So I don't know my elements.
Yeah, I'm gonna find
Oh,
you. Okay,
oh,
so you are a wood rabbit, 1975.
Oh, I'm a wood rabbit. Okay.
And what month is your birthday?
July.
July. Okay, so you're squarely there. Okay, here's a wood rabbit. When wood is exalted in the lunar sign already governed by wood, it could produce a generous and especially understanding rabbit who will be too charitable at times for her own good. Oh. No doubt she has real and solid ambitions, but often she is intimidated by authority and may choose to ignore mistakes made in her presence in order to maintain the status quo. As a result, others are tempted to take advantage of her sympathetic and permissive attitude. Does that
Mm.
resonate?
Some of it does. I definitely, yes. I mean, it's one of the reasons people love working for me because I'm like, who cares?
Yeah, yeah. No, you seem like you would be very generous in that way with other people's foibles and stuff. So I think that that does, yeah, that could check out. All right,
Mm.
good. You want more of that, or Katie? Should I do you?
We should go to Katie. I can't believe how fast time is going.
Oh
I
my gosh, so
know. This is
fast.
so nice, though, Tanya. Thank you for reading these. I am a metal rooster. That seems really
Okay.
harsh. Like,
Uh,
I thought it was the year of the, so it's June 1981, and that's the element, metal.
okay. The rooster personality. Let's find the. Okay. Okay. 1981. Okay, metal rooster. My mom was also a rooster, by the way, but not metal.
Hmm.
A practical, exacting, and industrious type of rooster with a flair for captivating others with her brilliant powers of deduction. Investigative, optimistic, and idealistic, she will have a passionate attitude toward work. Oh my God, that sounds so you.
Wow. Wow.
I know,
That's
right?
wild. This is all very
Mm-hmm.
like, whoa. Like this is a different level
Yeah.
of like horoscopes versus like what I used to read as a kid in the back of our like daily newspaper, you know? Like this
Oh
is
yeah. No, this is like, yeah, this is cool stuff. And the
yeah.
cool thing about it also is it's everyone who was your year. So like everyone you went to high school with and college with, like they're, you're sort of having a vibe of that year.
Mm.
Oh, I also thought I should show you, since I'm doing show and tell. Here's some
Uh-huh.
little horses that my
Gorgeous.
Yes.
parents went to China a lot, and they would bring me back a lot of things. Usually cats, because I loved cats and I couldn't have a cat, and so because my dad was allergic. So I had a whole cat collection. But then they also sometimes brought me horses because I was a horse. So
Oh,
thought I'd share some of the horses that I
It's
have.
really
So
cool.
yeah.
beautiful.
Anyway, so this is
Wow.
great. It's such a fun show and tell. I also have this great big book about the year of the horse
Oh my gosh.
specifically.
Ooh,
Oh,
that's
I know,
yes.
enormous.
which is gorgeous, but you know what? I don't like the vibe as much. I don't feel like it's as accurate a description of me as the one from that little book that I shared. So
Mm.
there
Wow.
you go. Anyway, so there you go. The year of the
Thank
fire horse.
you.
Those are all the things that I know and can share, and about your years too. So, oh, one more thing. It turns out, I've heard that it's also a fire year. I don't know if it's a fire year because it's the fire horse year, or if there's something else about the year. Some people are like it's a yang fire horse year. And
Oh.
anyway, there's something about the year itself that is also fiery. So for fire horses who are in the year that's also fire, things might get a little intense. So
Hmm.
what I've read is it's good for us to also have some grounding or calming practices like meditation, come to Nepal. So something that helps to do that, but not to like completely wash out your flame. Like don't try to do that. Like glow and be luminous and I was thinking about how the kids all say fire like it's an adjective, and I'm like, oh my
Yeah.
god, like the fire horse. Yeah, we've been doing that our whole lives. So I was like, this is great. This is the year to be fire.
Heck yeah. That's amazing. I mean, I don't think there's a better way to end. Thank you so much, Tanya. Thank you for your time. Thank you for sharing. It is so wonderful to have you here. We really, really appreciate it. And yeah, we'll see everybody next week.